When I was in here with Luke Casey, he said something really interesting, which was more or less that the only people who make, okay, this is a complete paraphrase, but
Yeah.
more and more wealthy kids are the kids making films in the U.S. And I think you do see that. I mean, in Hollywood, it seems like every son of somebody, daughter of somebody is somebody, and less it's
because education is so expensive in this country. That's a crime. It's just a complete crime. I barely made it through high school. I didn't go to film school. I moved down here. I had no money. My dad was giving me $100 a week to help out. We had a small construction company. He did. We were middle class, and he was helping me. And I worked very hard and did it. But it's so much easier, goddamn, if you're a rich parent who can send you to UCLA or USC or NYU.
Well, it's not just that, because you can go there if you don't have any money. It's just you're going to be in $200,000 worth of debt.
That's exactly. Yeah. So why? So the thought of that, and it's the friends I have who are digging their way out of that still, and it's the one debt that you can never be forgiven, never be discharged. So it's like, oh, that's
serfdom.
Penury. yeah, exactly.
So how do we fix? I mean, I guess sometimes when I see people helping others, and I see what's happening in this country, how do we address that?
I've given up on politicians. That's why I go do grassroots stuff, and I just chose to one thing in that. But there's so much of it that makes me angry. The fact that we have no decent educational system, and this we spend our money on war. We have no problem spending trillions and trillions of dollars going over to Iraq and Afghanistan. No problem with that. Don't even account for it. But public education or health care, oh no, we can't do that. No, we can't do something that actually might help our citizens. It's sick beyond belief. I had a friend who came here, an actress, and she was, at the time, years ago, she was like 26, and she was just starting her career, and she was looking around her saying, Paul, all these other actors have been doing it since they were 16, 15 years old. I said, yeah, they have been. So they've got 10 years to jump on you. So you have to work 10 years. You have to do 10 years work in one. You have to work 10 times harder than they are, and you will succeed. And so if you do 10 years work in one, yeah, you got to jump on it. The same thing is if you just have to be, you don't have the same advantage as all the rich kids, that's good. That's who you are, that's what you got. Now you have to work 10 times harder than them. And so, you do go do your job, you go work at Denny's, or you go work at Furniture Mover, or whatever you do, and then you come home at night and you work your ass off. There's no excuses. You play the cards that are in your hand.
But if everyone is working that hard?
Everyone won't. Everyone says they will, but they won't. No, that's a rare thing. Everyone will say they will. No, 1 in 100 people you give that advice to will actually do it, not 1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
They'll all say they will, they won't. It's too hard. It's too hard. Yeah. There's too many other things you want to do. It's look at the sun, look at the day out there. Come on, we could just go for the beach today, or we could just hang out and have a beer in the backyard. I deserve that, right? Deserve is a tough thing. No. Well, what you deserve and what you got are two different things. You better know what you really want. You have to be fierce to succeed. And the person to be fierce with is yourself. Don't be fierce with others. There's no good doing that. To be fierce with yourself.
Do you subscribe to the kind of like 10,000 hours
It sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Yeah, basically, yes. I mean, you aren't any good until you've done it a lot. It doesn't mean you can't sell something. It doesn't mean you can't work it, because I did. I just made a very good living as a bad writer for many, many years. But you should probably hold yourself to a higher standard than I did.